Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This afternoon, I am honored to introduce our guest speaker. Faye Ellington is passionate about Jamaica. Her careers in theater and broadcast media and journalism have established her as a household name in her homeland. For half a century, she has performed with excellence simultaneously in theater, media, communication, and culture. Faye is a communication consultant, trainer, and speaking coach. She holds a Master of Arts degree in Communication Studies from the University of the West Indies, Mona. She has taught in journalism programs at the Caribbean School of Media and Communication, Caramoc, from 1985 until her retirement in 2018. She has served on several boards. At present, she chairs the National Integrity Action and is in her second 5-year term as a member of the Access to Information Appeal Tribunal. She's also a patron of the Clarendon 4-H clubs. Over the years, she has received several awards and honors. She was conferred with the Honorary Doctor of Liberal Arts from the Northern Caribbean University. She also received Bronze Musgrave Medal. She was conferred with the National Honor Order of Distinction Commander Class, Outstanding Contribution to Media and Communication Awards 2019 from the University of the West Indies Institute for Gender and Development Study. Culture Icon, Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, Jamaica Day 2020. Award-winning actor and journalist. She lives by the quote, "Keep raising your personal bar of excellence." Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome our guest speaker, Ms. Faye Ellington. Over to you, Ms.
Thank you so much, Mr. Reed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is World Teachers Day, and I'm honored to be sharing with the real influencers of life, the real influencers, teachers, you, but more importantly, each of you as a trained teacher mentor. Happy Teachers Day. You heard that I taught at Caramoc, but I wasn't trained in a teacher's college like all of you or most of you are trained, so enough respect. Allow me some time to thank every teacher who guided, corrected, encouraged, and supported me. Every teacher who shared knowledge with me, who saw in me what I didn't see in myself. And this was at many points along my journey, both as a child and on becoming an adult. It was teachers who transformed and enabled me to emerge from that cocoon of a shy, lacking in confidence little girl, and even as a doubting self-adult. Yes, teachers gave me wings to fly. But my teachers were not only found in the classroom at the primary, high, or university levels. Many of these people I refer to as teachers didn't study at a college where teachers are trained. They were just great examples of how to conduct life. These people I would later come to know in the postmodern world as mentors. Salutations, everyone. My friend and mentor, Master of Ceremonies, Owen Blacker Ellis, Mrs. Alison Solomon, Mr. Lanrid Chin, Dr. Winsome Gordon, and please allow me to acknowledge Mrs. Ingrid Peart Wilmot, and of course, every trained teacher mentor gathered in this virtual space. Not a big deal, you know. We know that. We know that. No, but then again, we know so know that. Trust me. Now, in recent years, even more so over the last few years, I noticed that I have been saying to myself and saying to people that I'm making a particular statement. What is that statement? This is what I've been saying. I was born at the best time possible. I had the very best examples in my chosen careers, theater and broadcast media. Well, that's how I feel. That was my experience. As the years went by, I came to realize that these examples, these people I saw as examples were actually mentors. The term mentor wasn't even popular then, it wasn't really used. They were simply great, excellent examples in what they did and how they lived. I found myself sharing space with people like Leonie Forbes, Easton Lee, Wycliffe Bennett, Olive Lewin, Trevor Rohn, Louise Bennett, yes, Miss Lou, the Honorable Louise Bennett, I should say. People like Dwight Wiley, Jamaican Dwight Wiley. Some of you may not even know that name because it's a late Dwight Wiley. He was the first announcer of color to have worked at the BBC domestic service. He was also my first general manager when I ventured into broadcast media at the Jamaica Broadcasting Corporation in September 1974. But even before these stalwarts, these great Jamaican stalwarts, there was my mother and my grandmother. Yeah, they were mentors, relational mentors. And these relational mentors lay some really profound foundations if we pay attention. But there was no formal arrangement with any of the people I have named, away from, of course, my mother and my grandmother. But as I sit here, I can say without any doubt, without any fear of contradiction, that these people have positively impacted my life in critical ways and areas. Time management, punctuality, respect for self and others, striving for excellence, not perfection, but excellence, service, volunteerism, compassion, high standard, and self-critique. Both in media and theater, you have to be able to not only accept criticism, but also self-critique to assess yourself. Now, as trained teacher mentors, you've been trained for intentional mentoring. You know who your mentees will be. You've been planning and preparing for them, and you are prepared for this because you've been trained for it. However, my focus in this short presentation is on the unintentional mentoring. We all benefit from unintentional mentoring, like I did from those people I named. When people pattern themselves off you without you even realizing, that's what I'm talking about. When through the powerful skill of observation, people garner valuable life lessons from you. People are noticing you. People are observing and learning from you. And they're very likely, they were not assigned to you as a mentee, nor were you assigned to them as a mentor, but you are working as a mentor nevertheless. This was how I developed values and standards that would prepare me for life, professional and personal life. I observed keenly and listened attentively to my examples who have helped shape my life. You call them mentors. I call them mentors now, but they were just examples when I started out. So yes, the responsibility isn't only with a mentor, but also with a mentee, because look at what I did. I saw these people as excellent examples. I'm a draw up next to them. A position myself so I could have learned from them. So while you've been trained to mentor, I'm certain your course would have also told you that the mentee also has a responsibility. You see, as we say in Jamaica, you can carry a ask for water, but you can't force it to drink. You understand? I hope you teachers don't mind me speaking both my languages. Right, so the mentee is also important. So we know, we understand that mentoring isn't always easy, nor will it always be a success. You know that. You've been trained to understand that. But mentoring is so, so necessary, particularly in these times when we see the competing societal and cultural values and mores. As a trained teacher and as trained teacher mentors, yes, you'll be working with teachers in Jamaica, but these teachers are being influenced and bombarded by cultures and values and attitudes with dizzying speed and immediacy. Of course, most of this will come through the internet and, of course, social media. There are social media influencers. They make enough money, right? They're on social media and they influence many people. It's a very real phenomenon, and you have to contend with it. Many social media influencers occupy the post of mentors. Are you ready for that? Mentoring in the age of social media presents certain challenges, but also opportunities. In any SWOT analysis, it is imperative for you to know from where your competition comes. And your competition, teachers, your competition trained teacher mentors, social media. Yes, it's in the home, it's in the community, it's everywhere around you physically, but social media is powerful. And the influence is coming from popular culture and entertainment and from the creative industries, like Black and I are part of that. But look at the technology, and you're admonished earlier on to shake hands with the technology. Yeah. And it's not, I keep telling people that social media isn't all bad. It's like any other kind of technology. If you gave me a knife, I can use it to peel a breadfruit, or I could stab somebody. So it's how you use it. So you have to find the opportunities, right? So acknowledge that you are up against this thing called social media, and that you need to be innovative, agile, and alert to carry out your task as mentors. Notice that I also said that social media presents opportunities. It provides you with opportunities to get your message across, if not on a platform such as Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or whatever, face to face, because you need to know what is happening in that space to be able to influence, to mentor that mentee. You have to know. If you don't know, you're at a disadvantage. What am I saying? You have embarked on a most important vocation as a mentor. Let nothing deter you. You're needed more than you think you are. And remember, even when you are not aware or you're not conscious of the fact that you're mentoring, perhaps not the person that you've been asked to mentor, but somebody else who's looking on, somebody from the community, for example, yes, or in the school community who is not your actual mentee, a student. I remember I used to look at some of my teachers and say, I want to be like them when I grow up, how they put themselves together, etc. That is mentoring. And now, a personal charge to all 379 of you, right online now, how much we have? 385. Woo, enough people gather. A personal charge to all 379 of you who did the course and 387 who are here. I'm charging you to know the law and constitution of Jamaica. Yep. A new book was recently released, written by Justice Batts. Here it is, I'm holding it up, Justice David Batts. It's easy to read and easy to understand. The Constitution tells you what your fundamental rights are. If you don't know them, you don't know how to protect them. If as part of your program of being a mentor, you can introduce, facilitate, and help your mentees to become familiar with the laws of Jamaica, to become familiar with the Jamaica Constitution, the transformation of education would truly begin with you. Thank you so very much for inviting me. It's been a pleasure talking with you and preparing for this. Perhaps you're a little taken aback that I introduced the business of the law and the Constitution. Well, let me tell you something. In our school, them in America, they pick it and they know their Constitution. We have to make sure so them know it here. And guess what? The teachers need to know it first before the students can. This is the foundation of who we are. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. The luminous, the radiant,